children before you this morning, blessed Lord. I lift them up before you this morning, Father. You and you alone. You are the educator of them. You could educate them for yourself. Do for them what they cannot do for them. Self this our blessed Lord. You are the rock in the weary land. You are the one, Lord, who shelter each and every one of them in the time of storm. This our blessed Lord. The teachers I bring before you. The principal is in your hand. Remember the security. This our blessed Lord. Father, remember the sick and afflicted one. Remember those that cannot help themselves. This our blessed Lord. The Prime Minister I bring before you this morning. Father God, look over him this our Lord. Father, do for him what he cannot do for himself. Take him in your kind care. Keep him on praying ground and on watchful thumb. The ministers I bring before you this hour, Lord. Look over each and every one, both male and female. They all is in your hand. The opposition party I bring before you. Dr. Kid by the man by number. Reach out and touch that son. Wheresoever I locate, guide him and protect him. All the ministers I bring before you. Master, look over each and every one of them. Have mercy, Lord, for the mercy I ask, and mercy is our total plea. We are not complaining, but we begging you that favor, Lord, down on Grenada. Remember the nurses, Lord. Remember the doctors. Remember all workers here and everywhere. Remember the sick and afflicted one. Those on the hospital bed. Those that cannot help themselves. Those preparing themselves for the operation table. Those in childbirth I bring before you this hour, Lord. Father, remember the buses, the driver, the conductor, the passenger. Remember the entire force, Lord, I bring it before you. And I lift it up to you this hour, Lord. Father, pass by every police station, those on duty and those out of duty. Remember each and every one, the SSU I bring before you. Pass by every camp this hour, Lord. Father, you and you alone what knows everything. Father, remember all those that cannot help themselves, Lord. Those in the home this morning, Lord. Father, this morning I bring that son before you in a marked and special way. And I lift him up before you this hour, Lord. Father, remember whom he left behind. Father, keep it in the act of safety. Father, do for him what he cannot do for himself this hour, blessed Lord. Remember that son. Father, have mercy upon him, Lord. Provide for him, might be small as a mustard seed, but share the blessing unto him this hour, this master. Remember, Mr. Andre, I bring before you. Remember that son. Wheresoever I locate, guide and protect him this hour. Thanking you for health and for strength and for life and for mercy for him this hour, Lord. Whom you lend unto him. Pass by it, Lord. Remember the offspring of his body. Wheresoever I locate, look down upon them, all those who are dwelling with them, provide if thou be so pleased for each and every one. The staff I bring before you, both male and female, each and every one of them. Those are traveling in bus, I was traveling mercy for them, my God and my King. The folk are in that building this hour, Lord. Remember the radio station, Lord. Remember the folk. Remember the bonding center, the chasla, the do, the end of the gap, the surrounding of the yard. Father, keep that place safe night and day. Leave no veins where Satan could enter this hour, Lord. Every village, every parish, I bring before you my village and my people, man. Remember each and every one of them, my God and my King. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in the green pasture. He leadeth me beside still water, restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley, through the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. For thou art made thy rod and thy staff to comfort me. Thou prepare me table before me in the presence of my enemy. Thou anointest my head, all my cup and is over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our life, and we shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen and amen. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you very much.
Okay, bye.
All right, take care. You too.
Right.
Bye.
Where you go? Where you walk? What you say? When you talk? Where you go? Where you walk? What you say? When you talk? Do good.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful. We have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear. Greed and jealousy, hatred and envy, man, you have to move with care in that jungle out there. You got to be careful.
Broadcasting from the historical Parish Main Street, Certez, to your home, vehicle, and office. Today's hit music on Real FM.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Sissons.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Sissons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more. With Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantemelle in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchen, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
91.5 Real FM got you covered.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful. We have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear. Greed and jealousy, hatred and envy, man, you have to move with care in that jungle out there. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. Which direction you're going, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
Where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk. Where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
In your search for happiness, you gotta leave a little room for loneliness. More things could happen all of a sudden before you realize it's only a disguise. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. With what you do and how you're doing it.
Good morning again, folks. 16 minutes past 7 o'clock. Remember, at 7:20 we got the weather coming up. Good morning, Miss Ferguson. How you doing? Baby Daddy, good morning.
You gotta be careful.
Joycelyn Francois, good morning to you. Veronica, good morning. I got some folks locking it down inside of Brooklyn, New York. Mr. Watts, good morning to you guys. Got some people inside of Moncton locking it down this morning as well. Got some people inside of Skillington Park. Keep it real, you know the thing go. My people inside of Carriacou. How you guys doing? I know things wasn't too bright with you guys, but I hope everything is okay by now. Remember at Velma's this morning for breakfast, we got coconut bakes with saltfish, chicken or fish, tea and coffee. And for lunch, she has saltfish with ground provision, green salad, herb rice with chicken in tomato sauce, potato salad, and I guess fried fish or steamed fish, but she just says fish. And she got fruit juice, and soup of the day would be Wills. Well, you guys know Wills, the shell with the kind of thing inside like the lambi. It's nice. So make sure you get that today. 18 minutes past 7 o'clock. My driver Rich already. We're ready to boogie.
Talking, you gotta be careful.
Good morning to Mr. Lennox. Mr. Belfont, good morning to you too as well. I got some people inside of London, England, always locking it down. Bay Sky, good morning. Mr. Felix, how you doing? You good? Partner Stalin is locking it down too. Miss Dubois, good morning to you. Yeah. Kit Silvan, good morning. Caroline and family, good morning to you guys. Derek Alexander. It's nice to know the world is locking it down. People listening via the website, good morning. Noise Radio inside of Brooklyn, New York, always locking it down as well. Let's keep it noisy up there, you know how it go. Turn up the volume loud. Can't forget Miss Ann Andrews. Good morning to you. It's Political Wednesday. Morning to my partner Clifford, man. The big guy say good morning. Let's take a break and we'll be back, folks. Stay tuned.
Broadcasting from the historical Parish Main Street, Certez, to your home, vehicle and office. Today's hit music on Real FM.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
91.5 Real FM got you covered.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. you say when you're talking. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
As we head over to the Met Office, we're speaking with Jason Robertson this morning. Good morning.
Morning to you, Igwe, and morning to our listeners of Real FM. Let's take a look at the weather for today, Wednesday, the 10th of May, 2023. At Point Jellin, it is fair with slight haze. A gentle breeze is from the east-northeast at 10 miles per hour. The barometric pressure is 1014.4 millibars, which is above normal and rising. Present temperature 28.3 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 72%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 31.3 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night 26.5 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, we had no rainfall at the airport. The total for the month remains at nil. Now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique, valid for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be generally fair and windy, becoming partly cloudy at times. Any showers should be light and brief. Today's maximum temperature should reach 31.5 degrees Celsius. The wind should be east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 16 to 26 miles per hour, gusting high at times. The seas should be moderate to slightly rough, with 5 to 7 feet. Tonight, 5 to 7 feet in easterly swell. The public should take note here that a small craft advisory is in effect. The tide was high at 7:15 a.m. and will be low at 1:30 p.m. Sunset today 6:23. Sunrise tomorrow 5:46. To repeat the forecast, the weather is expected to be generally fair and windy, becoming partly cloudy at times. Any shower should be light and brief. From the Maurice Bishop International Airport, Jason Roberts reported.
All right, take care, brother.
All right.
All right.
91.5 Real FM got you covered.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantemelle in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Sissons.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Sissons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
It is said the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
A natural disaster can change your life in minutes. Preparation is the best protection for your family and business. Prepare now. Create a disaster plan and make sure everyone knows what to do. Store water, non-perishable food, and medication. Remember basic emergency supplies such as batteries and flashlights. Trim overhanging trees. If trees near power lines are unsafe to trim, call Grenlec at 237 for assistance or advice. Install surge protectors to safeguard your electrical devices against outages and intermittent surges. Make sure your generator has an isolation switch. It will prevent power from feeding to our lines and electrocuting others.
Broadcasting from the historical Parish Main Street, Surtez, to your home, vehicle, and office. Today's hit music on Real FM.
You asking me what is wrong with Trinidad? You can't understand why things go on so bad. You find we so rich in human resources, and yet the country going to pieces. Well, let me tell you, my friend, where we went wrong. After Eric Williams' old car breakdown, we called in an AR, we ordered an X-car and installed a new driver. With 33 passengers from the party, we gave him a maxi taxi, fitted with mag wheels, tape deck, computer, air conditioned 8-cylinder. With posh new fittings, this maxi car arrived. Then it started to swerve and nosedive. It took a year for passengers to realize. They say the new driver cannot drive.
Morning again, folks. Igwe.
Morning, Igwe.
Hold the wheel.
Morning, Grenada. Morning to our ardent listeners and those who participate in our programs. Real Expressions for Wednesday, 10th May 2023, Political Wednesday. Grenada is my constituency, Igwe. Real FM is my parliament at this time. I'm the people's spokesman, and I'm protected by the Ancient of Days. John 8:32. And you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. We build strength of character that will allow us to be of great service to the Ancient of Days and to our fellow men. Political Wednesday, where we deal with everything political. Nothing is too big or too small to deal with. The naysayers, the cynics, and the enemies of this program, morning to you, people. Because we know you're listening. Now, Igwe, after June 23rd, in my view, a watershed day in the history of this country. And when the history of this country is written, that day must be mentioned. I sat and I wondered, how will this group, bunch, cartel, cabal, anything you want to call it, govern this country? And when they start governing, I sat and I say, well, why are they governing so heartless and they don't care about people? They fire so much people since they came into office, Igwe. The amount of people they fire could easily overthrow the Chinese army. Like to tell you how much they make. But in recent times, I found out what it is about the leader and the members of this government, Igwe. The PM, no experience. Because he alluded to that fact. He said only 2 years or something he had in teaching. And he had to go ministry hopping to gain experience. So that's not my word alone. That he is too. Arrogant. And for a lot of things that are happening, either they really lack institutional knowledge or just downright corrupt and mischief. You hear another minister, the flowers planter, owing the government in excess of $2.2 million. You hear one minister selling RAV4. You hear another minister owe a financial institution close to $10 million. You hear one senator receiving loan from the GDB in tune of 1.7 million. So you understand, Igwe, now, I'm bringing up that not to attack anyone personally, but to draw a parallel so they don't have time to govern the country because they're busy fixing their business or trying to fool their pocket. So, when they come to Parliament to rush bills through, they don't even have time to give ministerial statements because they don't do nothing. And they don't want to tell us what they've been doing, how they're obtaining monies and getting loans and other things like that. When they travel, as they usually do, oftentimes, they're not coming back and tell us what was the result of the travels, Igwe. So what we're seeing, that's a template for corruption. The gravy train. And even ones who owe the government in excess of $2 million is getting loans of $2.3 million plus $300,000. Getting tax amnesty because they owe. And that is sad, Igwe. They're going on trips overseas and you don't know what it is. So this morning, because anytime we say something on this entity here, Igwe, we sought to give reasons as to why we make those statements. We don't just make rabbit hole statements here. Now, I want somebody to allot Garfin for me. Because the FIU has lost its teeth. Because it is compromised. Persons who was interested in running for seat and persons who was instrumental in campaign now in FIU. And that, to me, is corruption at its highest level. That's why I mentioned the word corruption template, Igwe. Now, I need Garfin because I don't have what it takes to speak to monetary institution, i.e. credit unions. But I need to ask some questions so even Garfin would understand why I'm asking those questions. Because these are pertinent questions into the governance of the country and into the mindset for the template of corruption, whether real or perceived. Igwe. Now here goes Garfin. Did a present sitting minister and member of the present cabinet of this country receive a loan approximately $10 million from a credit union? If so, Gaffin, what was the purpose of the loan? Because Gaffin is the body who could regulate those financial institutions. They could ask questions as to how they do business. Was it, that loan we speak about, was it by any chance to pay off a lawyer, the brightest lawyer in Grenada? You know, they did refer to somebody as the best lawyer, the brightest lawyer. Was it a loan to pay off the bright lawyer and his colleagues for the inputs made in a chicken farm in the rural parish of St. Patrick's? Igwe. Is it true that that best lawyer sits in cabinet of this country, and that best lawyer got some of his rich friends to put money into the project in the rural parish of St. Patrick, the chicken farm, and the chicken farm started to do well? But is it true, in the middle of doing well, the other minister sitting in cabinet decided to change the goalposts? Is it true, Gaffin, because I want Gaffin to deal with these things for me, that the best lawyer gave the present minister, because two of them in cabinet, they hung up like two turtle doves, Gates and lying to the nation and preaching one love, but like dog and cat. Did the best lawyer give an ultimatum date to the other minister to give him back the money he invest in the chicken farm? Is it true, Gaffin, that on the deadline given by the best lawyer to the minister, two of them sitting in cabinet, another bright lady lawyer called the best bright lawyer and say, come and pick up your check? Is it true that the bright lawyer which sits in cabinet, it head the cabinet, was in shock because he was making plans to take over the chicken farm? Is it true that after getting the money, the minister, they're talking about the 10 million we're asking about, after getting the $10 million, did the minister make any significant payment to that financial institution? So could we reasonably believe that that minister could be in some form of trouble? The question is it true, Igwe, that a bailiff was advised to bring the summons to the bright lawyer instead of the minister? So when the summons, or if some summons should come out about that 10 million and not servicing, we don't know. We're asking the question, did the brightest of lawyers in Grenada say to a particular bailiff, don't bring the summons for the minister, bring it for me? Because I will tie that in with the RAV4 fiasco, and to see if the Prime Minister is complicit in aiding and abetting. We don't know, because we have to ask questions, because they don't come in on Real FM and they don't call in here for we to ask them questions. So asking those questions through Gaffin. But now, Igwe, the bright lawyer, and the same other minister in the cabinet of this country, hogging up in front people like turtle doves and pretending to the nation everything is okay. And they beating up and saying how what? NNP crumbling. But NNP is in opposition. They are the governance of the country. Question, Igwe. If it have any truth in having conversation with a particular bailiff to bring the summons to a particular bright lawyer, have anything to do with the Prime Minister's trip to Dubai? You understand? Because here's what. The information we just give suggests that a minister may be in arrears to close to $10 million to a financial institution. And the last time that happened to one Minister Andy Williams, GDB was compromised. And the same set of people who they don't want to gazette on the GDB board still on the board. So we want to know if the chicken man susu her next. Or in the case of the RAV4, where it was advised to the real owner of the RAV4, hold on, you'll get payment, and within the week, the Monday and the Wednesday, $18,000 was paid. So it's a real question here to ask the present Prime Minister what would happen to the chicken man. Because Crafton and others, and you have another gentleman in Montrose, you don't want me to call his name. You're long here. You see, they walk up there and they don't get paid. So, if what they say is true, that the bailiff is in conversation and the bailiff have to bring, if the bailiff have to bring the summons, consider Crafton and the long hair guy from Montrose, because they work and they don't get paid. Now, Igwe, on this station, we keep asking why the Prime Minister traveling so much, and when he come back, he don't say nothing about the business and them, what he gonna travel on Igwe. He just travel and nothing being said on the business that is being traveled on. So is it? And then school children say tell me to ask a question again. If they want to know if the bright lawyer telling people or advising persons, I don't know. They want to know if the bright lawyer advising people who is interested in the CBI program, they asking if there's any truth to it, that the bright lawyer advising them which agents to deal with. Because remember, the Prime Minister, based on the website, is an agent. Mr. Dennis Sylvester Matthew Cornwall is an agent. And Miss Andrea Senbona, they are agents. So school children asking if any advice is coming as to who agents to deal with, especially as it affects the Livera project. We've been specific. And the Chinese. So school children want to know if the Chinese have been told which agents to deal with Igwe. So that is why when we mention corruption template the gravy train. So is it, we don't know, is it true that this Pelazam has no love for this country and it was nothing about governance, but it was just a means to an ends to fool the pocket? Because we could say that money paying off for Avo, no consequence, 1.7 to below buy house and vehicle, 2.3 and 300,000 and the MSME. So is it corruption in plain sight? But what is school children also indicated, Igwe? Some of them who used to be loud and chopping during the NNP time, they could have been on the board of that financial institution when that 10 million give. So now, they can't talk now. So we used to wonder, how come we don't hear them, Igwe? But they compromise too. Because now, school children believe they come and talk. They go say, well, you're complicit because you see down there when I get the money, the 10 million. So all the time we're asking, well, where they go? Where they did they? Igwe, we were there. They can't talk because they compromise, they complicit. So you see the kind of tie-up template of corruption that going on in this country, Igwe? So all the time we on Real FM saying, no, we don't hear any these people and how come they don't say nothing? They can't talk, Igwe. Because school children believe they was on the board when money give. So they compromise. And you see all kind of persons in PTA, in the diplomatic thing. They say they was on the board too. So you understand? The level of corruption, what going on right before we eyes. And every time this thing and them happening, they trying to throw out some red herring. And I need to speak to the NNP people right now. These tactics to make us look away from what's happening, don't let that catch you. Don't let that catch you because they realize we onto them. And I always just make reference to that movie, Todd Olcott. When Capone tell Rati, me unto you. I mean, no say you unto me. But because we love the country, we go level with the country and we go tell them what's going on. So, if the information about the 10 million issue, you realize that minister, they in the pocket of somebody. And that is the only ingredient for corruption. Because the one who pays the piper calls the tune. So the best lawyer won the summons. I don't know if he's to pay the 10 million. So I don't know if the trip in Dubai was about getting persons or agents or people to under the CBI to get some money off of them to pay all that 10 million what we are with. You keep a very close contact because the registry is for public knowledge. We go to the registry and find out the happenings and the doings. And we go let people know Igwe. Because we don't come to play with them. It's not about us and them, but it's about the nation's business. Because you hearing them saying that is their time. But I'm saying, Igwe, now should be Grenada time. When would be Grenada time, Igwe? Because the Prime Minister, Honorable Deacon Mitchell, traveled to Dubai to have meetings ahead of and to explore potential opportunities. So is one of the potential opportunities to find $10 million to pay that financial institution?
The chicken farm?
Well, School children say they try the thing they going so good, then chicken farm man decide to shave the goalpost, then they say we want back with money. You know, like when you like a children go and play marble and you don't like what going on, you're playing cricket and the bat and the ball is yours, and you don't like what going on, you're just saying, I'm going with me bat. I'm going with you. When the bright lad decide to go with the bat, then another bright female say, come and collect your funds. So all the time you hear that they talking about Polish man and 290,000 and cabinet conclusion, they know all what happened, but there are certain people name they didn't want to call. Because school children see that same set of people, they invest in the chicken farm with them. It's a cabal, you know. Yes. But they think we don't know. We onto them. And soon the place go open like book. We don't care where they come from. So we want to know, the school children asked me, because they called this morning again 3 a.m. and they said, Master, ask if there's any truth to the information as to persons advising persons interested in the CBI to go to particular agents. Because we know you have men in government, in this government, what is agents. Based on the information on the CBI website. That's not something we're making up. Corruption template. The gravy train. Watch.
I like that name.
The Integrity Commission had to find, because after 5 years, all of those fellas are going to be richer. And not with the money the state paying them. The amount of millions they go have in the bank account on the back of the Grenadian people, and to tax the weak. Everything is taxed. The latest movies to damage the hairdressers and barbers and them. You look at what they're doing to the vendors. But as Krokro say, I'll look for that. Because when we was on Real FM and we say,
don't do it.
Don't to do it, I'll say I'll voting for pension and permanent. I'll borrow a line from Krokro. Black man offer his brother Kalalusu. His brother say, we want harm. You see how NNP treat them like some outcasts because they want to keep them poor. Now take this smoke here in all here. Because we want them here, Igwe. They didn't listen to what Andre Donald say. They didn't listen to what KBC. They didn't listen to what PSC. They didn't listen to what Sheldon Scott and them say. They say we voting for pension and permanent. But it's a lie. So Igwe, I had to let the nation understand the type of people we have governing us now. Do expect for better. Because they're looking for their own financial survival. So they got to dance to whatever tune to ensure that they survive financially. Igwe, so give me my snare.
You think a break and come back?
Yes, man.
All right.
Bye.
This is Graham Light.
You asking me what is wrong with
Broadcasting from the historical Parish Main Street, Surtez, to your home, vehicle, and office. Today's hit music on Real FM.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and coming soon, our Grandstand sub-office. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, your financial security is guaranteed.
Who
wants to save 30%? Everybody. Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
If you're looking to improve or maintain your health, look no further. We have a general practitioner right here on Main Street, Sotez in the Kweze. Dr. Guerrera, a gynecologist and surgeon who specializes in women's health. She offers lab tests, blood, pap smears, prostate cancer, and stool tests. Consultation for pregnant women from beginning to end. Surgeries, which includes hysterectomy, tying of tubes, vaginal shrinking, removal of uterine fibroids, and vaginal warts, hernias, C-section. She also specializes in diagnostic and therapeutic DNC, abnormal bleeding. They're in collaboration with Alice Labs, located in St. George, opposite the Excel Plaza. Dr. Santos, an oncologist who specializes in cancer treatment, a general practitioner, family doctor, will be joining Dr. Guerra in the not-too-distant future. Walk-ins are accepted. You can also call for an appointment at 423-3352. That number again, 423-3352. You can also contact us on our landline at 444-4272. That number again, 444-4272. Put your health first. Grand Case, in collaboration with the National Ozone Unit, will be conducting introductory training in refrigeration and air conditioning at the YWCA building, Grenville, St. Andrews, starting on Monday, May 15th, 2023. Classes will be held 3 days per week, Mondays and Wednesdays from 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. and Saturdays 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for 5 weeks. Cost $75. For further information, call Grand Case at 440-6003.
91.5 Real FM got you covered.
You asking me what is wrong with Trinidad? You can't understand why things go on so bad. You find we so rich in human resources, and yet the country going to pieces. Well, let me tell you, my friend, where we went wrong. After Eric Williams' old car breakdown, we called in an AR, we ordered an X-car and installed a new driver. With 33 passengers from the party, we gave him a maxi taxi, fitted with mag wheels, tape deck, computer, air conditioned 8-cylinder. With posh new fittings, this maxi car arrived. Then it started to swerve and nosedive. It took a year for passengers to realize. They say the new driver cannot drive.
Yes, Igwe.
One school child messaged me and say, Master Carl, call on the new manager of Ariza to investigate the $10 million loan. But I'm calling on Graffin also. Because this thing, Graham, because you don't want you government officials to be in the pocket of anybody, you know. You want them to be free of this thing. Igwe. Now, Igwe, the other issue I have to deal with before we take some calls, and I must do that, because I met some police officers, and in particular I met a woman police, and she had some concerns which she asked me to
to do it.
lay out for her because she don't get any platform within the organization to do it. Now, Mr. COP, I heard school children say you back. And they say you've been traversing the country in police divisions and having meetings. The police say they welcome the fact that you finally say we'll see some promotion, Igwe. But they also cautioning against the fact that they hope you stick to the promotion regulations and you don't want to promote men who don't do exams. That is a concern they have.
Promoting friend alone?
They also concerned about the fact that you recognizing or realizing, and in your words they say, that a lot of police officers leaving for betterment. But they say you leaving too. They say you tell them you're going because your health and so on, but you're advising the police to stay. So if you believe they're leaving for betterment, you leaving for betterment because of your health, why are you asking them to stay? That kind of don't working out ego. You're not willing to stay in the trenches with them, but you're asking them to stay in the trenches. And if you're asking them to stay and you're going, how could you offer them any comfort? Because you're not there. Because your indication, as they say, to go. You know it's a fella I like. Despite all what it is, I just defend you. I don't like what they do you. I don't like how they boss your truth. I don't like that kind of thing on them. However, you can't asking them to stay when you believe it's betterment they want. And you're not there to ensure that they are betterment. Because you're telling them about the pay and grade. But the same people who you advising the police who deal with the pay and grade is the same set of people who are telling the police negotiating team that based on restraints of the Fiscal Responsibility Act, they cannot offer them more than 4 and 5%. So if they cannot offer them more than 4 and 5% because of the constraint of the Fiscal Responsibility Act, which deals with payment of salary and wages, how would they address pay and grade? Mr. Commissioner, you're a bright fella, you're brighter than me. So just be straight. Like I said earlier on, know the truth and the truth go set you free. Because you can't say we cannot give you more in salary increases in salary negotiation because of the constraint of the Fiscal Responsibility Act. But at the same time telling the police officers they go treat with pay and grade. Will you find the necessary monies? Because they don't say the Fiscal Responsibility Act does not allow them to. So will this money come from part of the trip in Dubai under the CBI? Because that's the only so we could rationally think about it, or GDP, and GDP don't have that amount of money to give what the pay and grade go come up to equal. An investor would not just let go that amount of money even if you want to be under the CBI. So is it a mission of tomfoolery? Because you go in, but you're telling them stay. You know they want betterment, you're telling them the pay and grade. But the same set of people who you believe go deal with the pay and grade, Mr. Commissioner, the same set of people are saying we are constrained by the Fiscal Responsibility Act, which deals with primarily salaries and wages, which the pay and grade falls under 9% of GDP. And You know of all person, the IMF indicated that the economy will only grow by 3% this year. Mr. Commissioner, be straight. Know the truth and the truth shall set you free.
Mm-hmm.
I need another 5 minutes.
Go on. You have to clear the air. Go on, they go it.
Now, the police also believe, based on information sent out, that they are being bullied or forced into signing the agreement on salary tomorrow, Thursday. I don't know where else in salary negotiation because Jude, they come and boast here. So maybe they give Jude a deadline too. So it's like they give the RGPF a deadline of Thursday. You understand? So beat your little children and tell them what you have to do it tomorrow. So you go hear some news about tomorrow. They call it the course. You know like how the mob does strong arm people? You are Jamaican mafia, Igwe? Mm-hmm. When a man go to buy the man place and the boss here, and Zuzu tell him what, if you think my father was cool, I'm frozen. So if I don't think NNP the cool, NDC frozen.
Not pull style.
It's an ice box. What's supposed to be with the hot supposed to be an ice box. So if you say not NNP, the coal, NDC frozen. So they say information from the police and them, I don't know how I buy so I sell. They say they strong arming them into come and sign the agreement tomorrow, Thursday. So look at how they're trying to hoodwink the police. They're promising them promotion this week. They tell them come and sign the salary negotiation this week. They tell them they go deal with pay and grade. You understand the kind of joke? So Igwe, I noted the conversation or most of the conversation with the police. And it goes, I have been noticing with a great alarm a campaign of character assassination that is being waged against senior officers, some senior officers of the RGPF by other senior officers. One has to just look at the articles in the New Today post-election 2022 and recognize the epistle of rubbish that is printed on this newspaper doing the biddings of some disgruntled senior officers in the RGPF who are hell-bent on exacting revenge on fellow officers who they perceived are their political enemies. Additionally, Igwe, the mischief makers are counting on the Grenadian public to simply drink the transformational Kool-Aid without actually fact-checking the baseless allegations in the propaganda machine parading as a news, is a weekly newspaper, Igwe. Because I tell them already, the PTI they put up on me, I don't like it. Check me for a good one. So, people, here are some hard questions they must be asked. And then here the woman police officer came in and said, Masakal, ask them what happened to the investigation against the police sergeant who was hurriedly transferred from the Western Division after multiple female co-workers made detailed and factual allegations of sexual misconduct. She said the ladies were promised firm action. It has been months, but not a single word has been told to them again. Is it true? He went on to say that this particular sergeant is a known supporter of the National Decolonization Congress, the NDC, and was hauled in police stations in the Western Division giving advice to an MP about who should be transferred because he believed they don't support the National Democratic Congress. Is it true that a very powerful senior officer with an impressive prosecuting background used his influence to get another disciplinary matter of a sexual nature against the same sergeant dismissed? Is it true that the said sergeant is under consideration for promotion? Why is it that characters within the RGPF with questionable background are being promoted, but the honest ones are being targeted because it is perceived they do not support the National Democratic Congress? Just a few thoughts to ponder on, Igwe. Now, that's a concern of persons within the RGPF. I'm not there. I used to be a member of the RGPF. But they have this level of confidence in me, Igwe. So from time to time, they want me to speak, Igwe. What? Igwe, the thing grimy, even within the RGPF.
Bleak.
So Igwe, at this juncture, we could take some calls.
All right, we have a young lady waiting a little while now. On the WhatsApp, hello.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, my dear.
Hi.
How are you?
We good.
Okay. Good. My dear friend, how you today?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, great.
I'm okay,
Listen,
clean every day, and I don't stray.
Okay, so that is great. What I am looking at, right? History with the NDC. Every time they came in power, they changed the commissioner. So I am wondering, is it they are forcing, Mr. Martin to resign? Because I have seen every time they come in power, they put pressure on the commissioner to either resign or they make. Oh, okay. My question is it that Mr. Martin wants to resign or they are forcing him to resign? You were in the force, you knew what was going on every time there was a change. So this is my question here. I would like to get to the bottom of it, whether the man is resigning willingly or if he's just using that excuse of health to cover that he's been forced to resign.
Okay, my
That's
friend.
my question to the
Here goes. It is believed by the same officers of the RGPF, Igwe, that one Mr. Jessman Prince is coming back in the RGPF. It is also believed that another gentleman who it is believed was investigating for leaking information would return to the organization. So we are waiting to see the morass which the RGPF will be put into.
A school child tell me to ask you if you know if the Prime Minister sell Grand Lake shares.
No, I don't know that.
You don't know that?
And the two officers, they say coming back. The thing about both of them, they never been in mainstream policing in the career. So them not police. Igwe. So NNP people, I have something for you. Anytime you hear they come and tell all you, our shrimp farm, just answer chicken farm.
Yeah. As they say shrimp farm, say chicken farm.
As they say, what's all the shrimp farm? Just say, what's all the chicken farm?
Chicken farm.
Let the answer about the chicken farm. They play in the outer place.
I have a clip line up here for you.
Yeah, let me hear the clip.
Fresh on it.
Yeah, let me hear it.
Too many of our seniors can't afford to pay for their medication. Too much of our seniors can't afford the medication. Too much of our seniors can't even afford to survive on the seed money that they give them every month. Too much of our seniors are suffering, sisters and brothers. And we as young people, if policies are not put in place to uplift us and to take us forward, very soon we will be in the same position. Because the reality is many of our young people are, as I've said, unemployed or underemployed. And if you're not contributing towards a pension, then you know what will happen. So the decision is clear for all to see and for all to make.
Minister Tevin Andrew. You hear him? They know all that. But Mr. Tevin Andrew sat and let them remove 150 from the same poor people that can buy the medication. They're not mischief. If that is not mischief, tell me that. The same one who say persons are unemployed and underemployed, you sit there and you make 200 people lose their work. The same one what say young people are unemployed or underemployed, the same seed money what is to help some of them to go to school by paying transportation and you take it out. It is clear. No? They don't give a hoot for nobody.
Thought you was gonna say it.
They frozen Igwe.
They frozen one.
They don't want no hot. They are ice box or battery. Because you can't tell me on the campaign, play that again. Because he doesn't believe his lie. Mr. Tevin and you are speaking there.
Listen.
Too many of our seniors can't afford to pay for their medication. Too much of our seniors can't afford the medication. Too much of our seniors can't even afford to survive on the seed money that they give them every month. Too much of our seniors are suffering, sisters and brothers. And we as young people, if policies are not put in place to uplift us and to take us forward, very soon we will be in the same position. Because the reality is many of our young people are, as I've said, unemployed or underemployed. And if you're not contributing towards a pension, then you know what will happen.
They don't contribute.
So the decision is clear for all to see and for all to make.
It is clear for all to see and for all to make the tomfooly people. Because the same set of people, you don't give them a permanent work so they could contribute to the pension. Igwe, last night I meet a gentleman again, he say, you talk all the Nawasa thing, son. They say, they're not joking. He said the least for people to be disconnected with water, long as from here to Australia. He say long like a grain of rain, that his words. So me I say long as from here to Australia. But he say the least long like a grain of rain he go. Because the same set of people and them who used to be getting the 150 to help them do that, they don't have that anymore. And you hear Mr. Tevin Andrew, boy, all you wicked. All you wicked, knowing all what all you know. Because the Prime Minister talk about you hear the Prime Minister talk about the World Bank and he mentioned 650. You hear what Tevin saying now, but they still remove the 150 and making excuse and talk about it was not budgeted for and all kind of utter nonsense. These people are frozen, Igwe.
Nice.
All you saying NNPD coal? That's it. Frozen, me brother. And that is the government we have. So Igwe, so some of them we keep calling their name here on radio and saying we don't hear them. Igwe, they can't talk because they compromise. Because if they talk, people go say what is they doing, or how they involved in the whole corruption template.
Rena Valley,
You go. So as the message come from, they say to ask some new manager or whatsoever in Arise to investigate that 10 million. But I call on Gaffin. And Gaffin, while see what it, I want you to show an eye on GDB too. Because they can't just making GDB the playground. Because that 10 million go come back to one. Because if you have someone to come out and bill, if you get in particular instruction, the thing bleak, you know.
First time I hear that kind of style in there.
But we go visit the registry again to see anything on that 10 million there up there. Because it was lie. Let you take it.
Yeah. Hello on the WhatsApp. Hello?
Yes, good morning. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, good morning, sir. First of all, let me just say today will be the opening of the Victoria Health Center.
You didn't open yet?
No, you didn't open yet.
It's starting at 10.
At when?
Yeah, at 10 o'clock today.
Okay.
Yeah, and you see that piece of clip you play for me, Carl? You see that number calling you on? Send that clip on that number for me, please. Oh, God, send it.
Well, you will go check it out.
Yes,
Right.
send it. Anyway, have a good day listening to it.
All right. That clip taught somebody, Igor.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Carl, what's up, brother?
Hi there, man.
Well, I heard you touch a little bit on that nail tech and barbers and hairdressers and masseuse and...
You speak up a bit, you're kind of low.
Alright. Actually, how you spoke this morning a little bit about
Yes.
barbers and hairdressers and stuff like that. And
Yes, we're hearing you now.
yeah, and I heard we have to get insurance to practice our trade.
Yeah, that was it, and a whole heap of training and certification and so on.
Yeah. And there's no company in Grenada that provides that insurance because there's no company that is that stupid to license or not license but insure a barber or hairdresser.
Lack of institutional knowledge.
You know, there's nobody who will take that risk because it don't make any sense. So you have to go to Trinidad, which we all know in Trinidad things can open and close in a minute. Yeah. But Grenada is just going on a road that would kill that industry completely. I mean, even a blind man can see that. That's why I'm kind of surprised that both parties support that. I don't see what reason they would support that because they say we have to raise our level. That's the part I can understand. Because the same machine that a barber would use in New York, the same machine a barber using in Grenada.
Even in Trinidad.
The same disinfectant a barber was using, the same disinfectant for the blaze a barber was using in Grenada is the same disinfectant a barber using in New York. The same rubbing alcohol a barber was using in New York to spray somebody's head. The same disinfectant and rubbing alcohol a barber will spray somebody's head. There is no difference in product. Based on haircut, you can argue that sometimes a barber might give a better haircut in New York or a barber might give a better haircut in Grenada. It's up to you and your barber, right? Or your hairdresser. So, I mean, most barber shop in Grenada leave the standard by solid facilities and whatever in that area, AC, whatever. So, what standard are we lacking in Grenada?
That's a pertinent question.
What is the standard we lacking in Grenada? I mean, what is the standard? The only thing I can see and I can say is that barbers in Grenada are not working for enough money. Because when you have a customer from a different country and they come to cut by you tell them the price, they laugh.
Yeah.
They would laugh.
I witnessed that already.
Yeah, I witnessed that too.
They would laugh at you with that price you're charging. But we know that What we charging because most of our patrons can't pay. They come to us every day. They want a credit on your card. They can't pay. They want that card. You understand? So we trying to reach the people. That we saw. Now in Trinidad, haircut start at 50 to 100 to 200 to 250. Based on that capital, Grenada should be charging around that same price too, because basically, I mean, $1 is $1. No matter where you go. You're talking about $10 and $20 between that for your cutting Grenada, and you're talking about you want to go on insurance in Trinidad and get how much trading and all kind of stupidness. So who's paying for that?
I guess it's the person who wants it, like the barber also.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So a young girl now who at home now who like to braid hair, who like to do nails, who like to do makeup, who have that skill in her, she had to forget that completely. So you're putting that young girl out to a meaningful employing job where she can do it on her own and get herself moving. Even someone that's doing massage and stuff like that had to stop the business right now. You're talking about putting a lot of people out of business. Who want to go into that business? They're putting them out of business completely. So this bill had to be pulled and tweaked to suit Grenada. Yeah? And I don't understand why people support that, because eventually, what will happen is that you have barber shops and hair salon closing down. Totally. Because everybody here, they're just laughing. Most barbers they talk to, they laugh when they hear that. Hairdressers, they're laughing. So that means that they are in the red. They're going to just have to close down. Or go back in their house and do it by appointment. So they have to pull that thing. It doesn't make any sense. No insurance company in Grenada going to say, well, they insure that. Because why? I'm not going to go buy a barber tomorrow, take a haircut and say, I want that haircut. After he done, say, you know what, that's not the haircut I asked for it. And arguments start. Say, you know what, you're hitting my lawyer. Sue that barber. Yeah, or that he hairdresser. Now you put a person out of business. See, you can't sue a doctor in Grenada. You can't sue a dentist. You can't even sue a nurse. But you want to sue a barber. If it makes sense to sue barbers and hairdressers, it makes more sense to sue them than to sue a doctor who will do an operation on you and leave a guard inside you for months you're suffering. You can't sue the doctors at all. You can't sue nurses. You can't sue dentists. Your mouth spoiled and you're going to get it. You can't sue them at all. But you sue a barber or hairdresser or a nail tech. So you see the trend?
Call
You see the trend?
No, he did. All right, brother. Hello? Hello? I think he's gone. Igwe, a couple school children text me there and they ask me about some mix-up in gravel and concrete. Do you know anything about going on inside it? You have some serious mix-up going on inside it.
Some mix-up going on about
You not sure on it?
Nah, doing some investigation.
You have to find out what's going on in gravel and concrete. Too much a text coming in on this, on that situation.
We could do that so Friday, we could fire on that.
4420175 is the number, folks. What going on with the minister in Guav too?
Boy, let me tell you something. One of the school children, and I need to before we take the call. He said, "Good morning, Master Carl. I need you to call out the minister in Guav. Nothing is happening for us. When we took to the street and blocked the road, she was there with us. And she had all the answers. Now we're not seeing her. She said, please plead the Guav and the St. John's people cause. So I plead your cause, sir. They're listening. The representative, the parliamentary representative for St. John, the people say you should be up and down with them. You should be with them on the blocking road.
Yeah, a lot of people complaining on her, like they want to see her, they want to have a word with her about things, and they can't find her. They want to know where is she, where she offices, which day.
Well, look how the gentleman say that. He said because she used to be with them all up and down. Even when the blocking road, she was there taking out live.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me take the call.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi, Brother Carl. How are you? Good morning.
Hi, how you doing?
Yes, I'm not too sure if you're aware of that, the time span that they had for the barber and the hairdressers and them for the end of June. I'm not too sure if you're aware that they
For
moved it
November?
back to. Yes, so you're aware because I know about it on GBN. So what I get to understand is that that's good. They're listening to you guys. So that's good. Thank you.
All right, brother. For next one again, Igwe.
Yeah.
Hello, good morning, gentlemen.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing, sir?
Morning.
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
We're here.
Okay. Is it Mr. St. George, Southeast Minister? His name is Oshimson. Isn't it he that introduced the bill for barbers and nail technicians and hairdressers? Tell us, Fud.
Well, he's the leader of government business.
Yes, he's the leader of government business. He's not the same one with the chicken farm.
He had a chicken farm running.
Yes, I know all the facts, sir. So they come in now. They want to charge $250,000 a barber, a hairdresser, a nail technician if they catch them illegal. He have $250,000. Why you ain't going to pay them people the other way?
The long hair man and Crafton and them.
Exactly. That is how I dealing with them. You know, I ain't dealing with them about Sir and this and Honorable and Jenny Flecking to no man.
You're not genuflecting at no altar.
No. Because they want to come and pass bill willy-nilly. 2.3 million, 1.7 million. They ain't have their own, but they want to charge people that loans drop out, you know. Half of this barber and tailor and half of this barber and hairdresser and them drop out. They loan thing inside the house.
They want to make a legal means to live.
Exactly. Honest living, honest. But them want to go in the government bank. They provide for the same poor people. What are they looking for there? We have to build. Remember, you know, when he come, he cried, Maurice Bishop, we miss you, Maurice Bishop, we love you, you know. Maurice Bishop had a hope veil, you know. We having another hope veil, you know. Facts. You laugh. you don't say he grimy. No, he grimy.
No, he grimy?
It's no, he grimy.
I find it bleak, though.
Bleak. Well, Sahara does make it bleak.
Yeah.
Have a good morning, gentlemen.
Bless.
Yes.
The Igwe.
Hey.
A school child telling me they know the minister in Guav, the people that them checking the wrong person, they have to check she significant other.
No, they didn't vote for the significant.
Well, that's what they saying. She's saying that is the meds, so I don't know how that
they vote
balancing.
for her.
Mm-hmm. Well, we don't know what we know. 4420175 is the number.
So there are some questions for the COP and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some investigations he had to speak to us about because he have a way of just telling about the investigation and you don't hear nothing else. And we hear now what some men coming back. But we got to put them under the scrutiny. Just let them reach back and we go scrutinize them as we always do.
Mm-hmm.
Because investigation was done in some cases as it relates to leaking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I realize the strange thing, the 2 day, don't talk about the promotion this week and you don't talk about the signing of the agreement for salary thing. But if certain fellas was there, they talking about it already.
Mm-hmm.
The leakers. So, and when you hear they come back, you will start to hear everything what happened in the RGPF. You will see it on the newspaper again. Because that's how they operate. We are one there?
No, we good.
Yeah, Igwe, so the thing, Igwe, has become an issue which we ought to deal with because the 10 million, because the what years of beating up all the shrimp farm. Tell us, or the chicken farm. Because the head honcho know our chicken farm because they lend money and take back. That's what school children say. School children say the head honcho Igwe. He and some friends of his invest. That they say. And then they get vexed when the minister, the chicken man, decide to change the goalpost. They say, nah, we don't let you do that stupidness. We go nip it in the board. Yeah, let's take the call.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, just called to ask Mr. Max a call if he could give me an update on the Molyneux Road in St. George's, please. Thank you.
The Molyneux?
Yeah.
Yeah, well we go do really we go put on a mark on about on Friday, we go talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So tune in Friday.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You have a blessed day, man. Yeah, because there was a lot of song and dance, sword turning, losing money for the Western Main Road project and blaming other people. So we'll get into that. Here you go.
Mm-hmm. A lot of sing and dance.
Yeah, you go. So we need to understand what is going on with this, with the government, the people who mix up or constitute the government of Grenada. Because we are concerned. Because when you're hearing stories about men 10 million bailiff had to bring summons who say not to give this person summons, give me. We want to know if the trip in Dubai was all part of that 10 million to pay back or whatsoever. We still asking because school children say it is believed, or I don't know if there's any truth to it, that persons who are interested in the CBI program is being directed to which agent to deal with. I don't know. So we have to ask this question because in fairness, it does not give us an opportunity to ask them. And those who did us talk with afraid to ask them. And those who used to always bash NNP are so compromised now, they can't even say nothing because the leanings go be washed. So we seeing how these people and them do say nothing. But they can't say nothing because the involvement in the gravy train template of corruption would be exposed. You see what? Just what we are will you never know, when the king comes in. So like the king coming in, the place opening like book Igwe. So we want to know. So like I say, somebody should call Gaffin for me and tell them look at this thing. Somebody say, ask the manager in Ariza to investigate the 10 million. But I tell Gavin, whilst they are wrong, I don't know if GDB fall under the umbrella so they could check it out. Because the nation's funds is being abused because we don't know what the $18,000 for the RAV4 come out. We know the 2.3 come out in GDB, we know the 1.7 come out in GDB. That $10 million, we don't know where it will come out now. So we are concerned. Because the FIO compromise, the RGPF, they bringing back some people who we know are known supporters of them. And then the Integrity Commission is there. So there's nobody, Igwe. In effect, what we're saying, you don't have nobody to check nothing out, So, Igwe, look at the thing. Real FM has become mainstream media, Everybody look forward to Real FM. Let me take the call.
Hello on the WhatsApp.
Good morning.
Morning.
Listening to you guys this morning, as you say, Grenadians look for that. We take a set of people who never make a day walk in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And a set of people who owe debt. It's
Up
like
to
we
the
put cat
eyeball.
to watch cheese.
Yes, so the cat go only
We
with
are
the cheese.
cat watching cheese. So, what we expect? The mango fully pocket.
I like how you put
as
it.
simple as.
I like how you put it, the cat and the cheese, because if you lock up a cat in a room with some cheese and there's no way to escape, and then when you come inside the room, the cheese miss, You don't have to see the cat eat the cheese. You know the cat to eat the cheese.
Well, they know that. We know that. We expect them men, set of men who owe that, and they who owe how much million. This next one with the chicken farm owe how much money. We have Tevin never make a day work in life.
Ran on them.
This girl in Guav never make a day work in she life. Ran never make a day work. Them men don't know nothing about working. We take them and put them with your money. What we expect go happen? They go full a pocket. And we look at that is what we look for. That is what we look for. Them men go thief. They go take money. That is just what happened. And they just start to take money, you know. That is just the reality. They just start to take money.
Because all they talk about people say
Just start to happen.
all they talk about they voting for pension. Over 2,000 persons was already receiving pension.
Yeah.
So the talk about vote for pension was not a talk. And then permanent work, they start to make excuses. They say how the IMF want them irreparable damage. So they just get catch.
And watch me, and mind you, the people with the pension thing, a lot of people get taken with the pension thing.
Yeah.
Because the majority of the people who was expecting pension,
They was not.
afterwards they come and when they fully people and they get through, then they come and tell them the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they deceive them.
Because all them old people who walk on the road and who walk in
All fishermen and things arguing with me, they voting for pension.
who feel they had pension to get the sit down and they waiting on pension. And now lo and behold, they realize why we don't have nothing to get. They never explain, they never tell people nothing. Watch me. If the people knew what they know today, back 1 year ago,
They call
NDC was not even, NDC didn't even get it, maybe they might have get a 10 or 15 vote. They didn't get it, nothing. Because if we could go back in time, if only we could have go back in time, and we would have seen the truth in these people, then we would have known. Yeah, but anyway, we have a hard road to grind.
Yeah, because
we have a lot of money.
And we have to fix it.
They have a lot of money to take. When they finish, when they don't spend the one term, well, if they make the 5 years, because they go fight with one another. Anyway, money go with little children. You don't have problem.
I feel some. I find some might end up in the pen too.
Because here what will happen? When the money in GDP start to get a little bit and they can't give them this amount, they go start to make nice. Oh, we give Andy that amount.
Yes, and I can't get now.
Yeah, and I get a little bit, and that enough. And we go here.
And they go start to sing like canary. They go tell on one another.
That's what happened with little children. That's just what happens. So I'm telling you, we have so long again to work because the money go down and the truth go come up.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good
Okay, Carl. That Carl make some serious points now. Yeah,
he did.
Let me take it.
Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, what go, sir?
I did listen all you. You know, these people, they do be listening to us and the other programs. You know, lo and behold, the NMP have a problem where it does not boast and brag their accomplishments and what they do. Last night, I listened on Sheldon program. Dr. Modest was giving her achievements and what the government been doing in St. Mark. And you know some of these achievements the NDC want to claim it this morning? People don't really understand what's going on in this country. You know? The 11 good that they say they do is bipartisanship is what the NNP did. Pension was being paid. the salaries that they're trying to increase now for basically the lower income workers, that was being discussed. I cannot see nothing that this NDC trying to say they do that is the mirror project, because trust me, there's none really. The only thing that they do that NMP didn't do is take $2,000 and put on the salary. They're discriminating people indiscriminately. They seem to be avoiding the public leadership by avoidance. You know, they're traveling more often than normal. I have never seen Dr. Mitchell travel with all these people as a delegation, including a photographer. I have never seen the NMP cost the state over $500,000 in less than 6 months. And recently I'm hearing another figure of 250,000. So that's almost 700 and almost $1 million, basically. These are the things these men doing, right? They become the Carrico now. I mean, every man has a right to do what he has to do, but as an MP of Carrico and Petit Matney, I could be wrong. Honorable Kevin Andrews. Yesterday was Senator Cox's wife funeral. No, as an individual.
A sitting member of parliament.
As an individual, you must go. But as a sitting member of parliament, I would expect at least one high-ranking NDC member there. And I look at that funeral, I look at that service, and to me, I haven't seen that gentleman there. If that was the case, I would say, brother, that would have been a very gross disrespect, and it shows to the nature of these people because, trust me, I have seen Dr. Mitchell send condolences to NDC members, like when they lose their relatives. I've seen that over and over. I've seen NMP as a party bring out condolence messages. I haven't seen one from this guy. Neither the NDC as well, you know. And if that they've taken politics and they bring it to that level, they bring that level of politics into Grenada, NDC, you all have a rude awakening coming because, trust me, you all are avoiding the public and it doesn't augur well. And lastly, the threats, Master Carl, the threats, I will continue to talk about this thing. I happened to listen Honorable MP Pierre yesterday on a program on GBN. And the people that were calling, the host opened the program for 20 minutes. And people were calling and disrespecting the lady. You can have your political bias. You can't tell me that you have such a political bias that you can't put aside that and have a little bit of respect. Even though you can't do it, stay away from the program. Stay away from the program. Don't let your hatred fool your body because, trust me, in life, nobody is perfect. None of us will be perfect. The perfect guy, they kill him on a cross, as they say. And we are doing this thing and we are getting away with it over and over. They're calling people thieves, they're calling people cat. I have never heard you, Master Carl. I have never heard Sheldon. I have never heard Mr. Pierre. On none of the programs you all do. They already take anybody. I never hear you guys call Honorable Deacon Mitchell any wrong name. But they hear it when they call programs and people are doing it. They own businesses. I hear a station in Carrico, a businessman, a big businessman, and calling the former PM all kind of wrong names. I mean, come on. That is the politics we bring in Grenada. Honorable Deacon Mitchell, talk to your portal on them. Master Kalama, good morning.
All right. And Tony too.
Stitchy claim.
We have anything online?
No, we don't have any money. The golf lady only hold the title, but the significant other that run things, and is that. Yeah, look at the school child just text me this here. The golf lady only hold the title, but the significant other that run things, man. And is that. No, that is it.
Yeah. Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
We did.
Well, I can't sing with Anthony this morning, but he didn't see the parliamentary representative for Carrico, but I saw a contingent from the new National Party. I don't know if anybody saw them. They are the likes of Bowen, Peter, what's his name again? Ola, Franklin, I think, Senator Franklin, and a few others. The other senator, Garaway, and they were there, giving him his full support, and you can see he was very much pleased to see them. And that's also very important to note that they walked in and they were together, and also Miss Modeste was there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, at least he got a good support from the new National Party representation. Master Carl, now I found Grand Lake on the prowl yesterday. And yesterday was disconnection day. And trust me, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, a lot of people were disconnected. And that is the situation that's happening in Grenada right now. I guess as much, they need their money. But there is nothing, there is no program or so to facilitate the persons who are in dire need of help. And as you all have been saying, as Massacre has been repeatedly saying this morning, that the persons that really don't need it are getting it. They're getting it from the banks, they're getting it from grants, and and there is you can't see the empathy from this government in regards to the people that really need the assistance. No empathy whatsoever. And it's quite unfortunate, but that's the situation that we would have brought ourselves to. And all I can say is that, continue doing what you do in terms of calling them out. And in regards to the new national parties, about time they start rallying the troops, getting out there and letting people know the situation and kind of giving them encouragement and, as to what, they probably could do to assist with that situation, because in an instance like this, when disconnections happen, normally the government would help some of the people who cannot reconnect or put back or pay for their water bill. I know there's a program where they do assist persons with paying water.
There is what they used to be.
The seed program.
Well, that's what I was trying to get to, if that program is still happening or not. Because I know there are some elderly people with paying for water and stuff. So I'm not sure if that is still going on. And, people should stop stifling now and start speaking out. It's about time we start speaking out because, this stress of the situation in Grenada right now, you don't want more mad people on the streets. So, it's time people call in and express themselves and how they feel and what the situation is like. I'm not sure if they feel that they'll be victimized if they speak out. But I really don't care about the fact what they say, because the situation on the ground is real. It's not unreal. And you have persons who are the upper echelon of society who definitely does not care about the people on the ground because of this. Look at the situation that's happening. High cost of living, gas price go up. People are being disconnected from the services. And they raise the taxes on the Nawasa. They put back the levy on the Nawasa bill. They put back the levy on the Grand Lake bill. There is no solution. They're offering nothing at all. No form of resolution to what is happening in Grenada at the moment. And in regards to young people, there is absolutely no program in place. How many young persons did they put onto the Imani program? What about the empowerment program? You have young men, and I shared an article on one of the major news networks in Grenada, where a lawyer was speaking about the fact that the young persons, there are a lot of young juveniles, young men, young fellas in secondary schools and stuff that are actually getting in trouble with the law.
What Jude doing about that?
Well,
Judas?
Yeah.
Excuse me. And that is imperative because I know that
You should send that clip to Jude.
Well, he was he's a political pawn or whatever they have talking for them. They don't care. I'm not going to send anything to Jude. We the people have to stand up and take a stance as to what's happening. And I know for a fact that the Minister of Youth at the time would have had some programs in place for young persons who are giving trouble in schools, for young persons who are giving trouble on the streets, and for young men in particular. Because the young women always look for, but the young men go to the blocks and sit down and smoke and get themselves in trouble and from since secondary school or wherever. So they're saying there are a significant number of young persons, young men in particular, who are getting themselves in trouble. And it's quite significant, as the lawyer would have stated. And it's just, you're not hearing anything from the Minister of Youth in regards to curbing this problem that might fester and explode in time to come. You're not hearing any solutions. I know they did have the empowerment program for the young men, and then they still had another program for the ones who always getting in trouble, and when they at the end of the program they would supply them with whatever business venture they would like to get into. They would supply them with the tools or so to whatever they wanted to do. And at this moment there is nothing. You're not hearing anything happening or any program where these young fellas can be placed and do some form of counseling or whatever. And it's quite sad. So this is the situation in Grenada. A number of persons would have been affected with the disconnection and so forth of their basic utilities. And you have the young persons. There's an increase in violence among the youths, the young men in our country. And then, it's just crazy. And I think it's about time, I keep saying about time people start speaking up, stop shoo-shooing in a corner and start speaking out as to what is affecting in your communities, what is affecting, what have you noticed in your community, we should, and then the new national party should start rallying up this base and going around and meeting the people and, explaining situations or whatever you have to do, just do. Mm-hmm. All right, Master Carl?
All right, you take care.
Have a good morning.
You too. All right. A school child just sent me last and final message because we have 2 minutes to go. To the minister in Guelph, your significant other is not the one that we voted for. We are tired of seeing you on posters. We need to question you in person.
We have a last call?
Yeah, we still have a last on the WhatsApp there. Hello on the WhatsApp. You have 1 minute.
Mr. Carl, good morning.
Morning.
Yes, I was telling you deaf people in Grenada because this person don't hear nothing about the youth employment program, but I hear you say that over 400 young men qualify for the program, and they get a package to go and start a business.
You hear what you see? I don't hear what you see.
I don't know what is that.
I don't know why you talk there. You living in Jupiter.
The same set of people what he talk, what he trying to say about.
Maz, he's staying.
Hold on, when they supposed to get their money, they say the Prime Minister they have to sign check.
He's staying in Maz.
You didn't hear that one too, like he there.
What is wrong with
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
Welcome to the latest news update as produced